So it just so happens to be the first day of spring, which means that yesterday was the last day of winter. But it didn't feel like winter, not at all. It felt quite like spring. And so it got me in that mood, that spring fever, if you will. And I began looking at some of my old videos from last spring, 2024, that never made it to YouTube. And I came across a camping trip right here in Connecticut in the northwestern section up at Lake Waramaug, one of my favorite lakes in the state, actually. And, I found that setting up camp is a great way to explore an area and to photograph it, because you don't feel like you're rushing. You're not there for a few hours. You set up and it gives you this ability to really explore and photograph the area. And as it turns out for this trip, I didn't get too many good shots of the lake itself. But surprisingly, being able to explore the area, I got some pretty decent shots, surprising shots of other stuff like a swamp area, which was probably my favorite shot. Anyway, this is going to be a hodgepodge of a video just slapped together with all this footage I took that I never used. And with the ups and downs of this trip, because last year, with the exception of Acadia National Park, every other camping trip I took of the season, I got rained out, and this was no exception. In fact, towards the end of this camping trip, it was so bad that they had asked everybody to leave. So anyway, I'll slap this together and hopefully inspire you to get out there and enjoy with your camera. So what I thought was going to turn out to be just an overcast, bad morning according to the weather, turned out to be okay, not too bad. The sun is out, pretty nice, soft light, it's quiet, lots of birds, lots of nature sounds, and I found myself just shooting more of these intimate scenes. I did shoot the golf course over here, just nice, beautiful leading lines, just having a blast. One of the beautiful things about rising before sunrise is that you mostly have the morning to yourself. It is quiet and peaceful, and I so love that time, and I'm reminded of how much I love it as the day goes on. Having a front row seat, I decided to people watch for the afternoon, and I gotta tell you, it was quite fun, to the point where I actually got my 70 to 200 out and started snapping shots. Okay, back to the idea of not feeling rushed after setting up camp, exploring, and photographing. There are other benefits as well, as you can see here. I mean, when's the last time you actually cleaned and dismantled your tripod? This is actually the perfect opportunity to do such. So, as you can see, I've taken my entire tripod apart. I will throw all these pieces into this little bucket I have, and then I'll rinse all of this with water, reassemble, and I'm back in action and ready to go. It is just a wonderful thing. Not to mention, very therapeutic. Just saying. After a nice nap and a clean tripod, it was time to explore. The weather for the afternoon wasn't bad because the sun was in and out, giving opportunity with diffused skies for photo opportunities throughout the day. There's a lot of charm and beauty in Connecticut. There's also a lot of money, as you can probably imagine. There are 169 towns in Connecticut, and many of them are charming, such as this, particularly around the fringes of the state. In my travels, I came across a swamp, which I mentioned in the beginning of this video, which turned out to be my best shot of the trip. All right, just pulled over. I am turning around because I seen something really cool just around this corner here. Swamp-like, right off the road. Looks like it's going to be fun as heck to shoot right down here. Oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, we're going to shoot that. It's just about 4 o'clock now. And again, light is pretty diffused, pretty soft for 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And there's very little, there's radiant light on this, but there's no harsh light on this. A couple of stumps, as my friend Mark Camp would love. Oh, there's lots going on here. Let's shoot this. Let's go. It's little nuggets like this, like little pockets of excitement that get us jazzed up, that get those creative juices flowing. You just have to feel it. You got to know it and just go for it. So on the right side here, we have these 2 dead trees coming out. Just a duet. And they're on an angle coming out. Like a nice frame to come in. We have trees on the left coming up, which would be another nice frame portion. And then we have some other stumps out in the swamp here, which will make for nice supporting elements to support these. I'm sorry, somebody is just leaving and they're gawking at me and stopping and wondering what I'm doing, and I've gotten used to filming in front of people, but sometimes it's awkward because this is probably a private road and they're wondering what am I doing here. So it's kind of awkward, which is why I don't like roadside photography. I mean, technically I'm off the road a little, but it's still roadside photography. But I had to stop for this. This is really nice. And then we have the lily pads just scattered throughout the pond. This just making these beautiful sort of S-curves, chaotic S-curves, but nonetheless some reflections. Yeah, let's get a shot. I'm thinking the 24-70 will frame this quite nicely. I am a little concerned with the branches coming down in the center of the frame. That's going to be tough. I may be able to move over here, but then my framing's off with these. I gotta work this a little. I might have to include these somehow. Maybe I just bring them down on the 3rd left coming in, and then just have a path going straight through. I'm just looking for balance at this point and a path leading into the swamp itself. I got a little laugh from this clip because I look like I'm doing a little jig here. Kind of silly, but whatever it takes to get that perfect location to get the shot you had in mind. And with that, here's what I settled on. And then I'll show you an alternative version, and you can let me know what you think between the two. I settled on a panorama while including that diagonal tree, which worked great for framing and from keeping the viewer going out the left side of the frame, rather down towards the right into the swamp. Light is still not as diffused as I'd like, but for 4 o'clock in the afternoon, this is not bad. I
Put a little bit more emphasis on the foreground trees and cropped in a bit tighter for this shot. The light did get a little bit brighter, as you can see the harshness on the right side, and my shutter speed was quite a bit faster for this shot than it was the last. This shot certainly emphasizes more detail, maybe a little bit more intimacy, but I still prefer my first shot, the panorama, which gives a bigger picture of this scene, and that's what drew me in to begin with. But I would love to know your thoughts. Leave your comments on what image you like the best. Being just an hour drive from my house, my wife did end up coming out and spending the latter half of the trip with me, which was pretty cool. We did get a little time to go into town, have breakfast, do a little shopping and such, but the next day that was it. The rain came and the trip was over. Nonetheless, I had a fantastic trip, some wonderful photography, just a great experience, and just being outdoors. I mean, there's just nothing better than that. So get your gear and just get out there. All right, well, that's it. Thanks for watching, and have yourself a fantastic spring.